Boom. What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Faris Muthana, and welcome to a special edition show on Good Friends, Better Rivals. Today, we are doing the fairway because something special is happening in golf. Me and Ryan, we talk about golf a lot, but something major is happening this coming weekend. It is the Ryder Cup. It is USA versus Europe at Bethpage Black in New York State. Let's just see, will Europe make it back-to-back Ryder Cups, or can the U.S. fight back the massive disappointment they had in 2023? But with me, I got my main man, Ryan. My golf expert.
Hey,
When I need questions, I ask my guy, Ryan. Ryan, how are you, bro?
well, I wouldn't ask too much about my golf game. If you notice my thing there, the three putt king.
Yes.
I'm the last person you need advice for golf. But no, this is a great time. Like, it's great to be here. Uh, Great time of year. Like, you know, with the baseball coming into the playoffs, with hockey getting ready to ramp up. You know what?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter because this is the tournament. This is what everybody for 2 years ponders and waits for. And it's the greatest spectacle of a team sport that has ever been played, regardless of NFL, regardless of any other sport. This is the greatest single team tournament ever done.
Yes, it is. I remember watching what's up, Chuck? How you doing, brother? I watched the documentary on Netflix called Full Swing, season two. The last, I think, 2 to 3 episodes. I think the last 2 episodes was all about the Ryder Cup.
Mhm.
It was all about the Ryder Cup and the. I guess you can talk about it. They kind of it was kind of like the full collapse of the U.S. because the U.S. had the big guns and they were
Oh,
coming in
well,
in Europe. They had a bunch of, like, at that moment, some people called them nobodies, and people were like, who are these people? But now they know their names. They're no longer nobodies. Like Ludwig Oberg and Victor Hovland. They
I
were
love how you enunciate Oberg.
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 He had just come off of college. He was in college, actually,
Yeah.
and then he got selected for the Ryder Cup. So there's that. But I
But
got
that's it.
excited. I got excited because the passion, the intensity, the trash talk, the environment of Italy. Seeing the Italian fans, because Italian sport, it's passion. It's one word. It's passion. You watch soccer in Italy, it's all about passion. So they brought golf and they brought passion. It was amazing, and I can't wait to talk about this year because the
Oh,
U.S. looking to bounce
oh.
back. We'll see how
It,
it is.
it's going to be down and nasty at Bethpage Black.
Absolutely.
The
Well,
fans
first.
are going to be the fans are going to be on point. But you know what? The best part, like, these golfers, their singles, like their daily job is playing for
Mhm.
themselves.
Yep.
It's only every 2 years, and some people actually get to play every other year because of the international, the President's Cup.
Yes.
But this is their only team event. Well, they have the Zurich Open, which is, two players,
Yeah,
whatever,
in New Orleans. Yes,
in New
yes.
Orleans. But that's nothing compared to, like, this is the single greatest team event that golf can put on.
Yes.
And if you're not excited for that, then I'm sorry, you're not a golf fan, or you just don't care.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But let's get right into the rosters, Ryan. Let's get right into the rosters.
Sweet.
Um, so the rosters go like this, right? For Team USA, we got Sam Burns,
Mhm.
Patrick Cantley coming back from 2 years ago, Bryson DeChambeau, Harrison English, Ben Griffin, Russell Henley, Colin Morikawa, he's back, Xander Schauffele, my arch rival in 2K25, um, JJ Spann, Scotty Scheffler, basically, the best golfer on planet Earth at the moment. We got Justin Thomas, kind of like Justin Thomas is kind of like the heart and soul of the Ryder Cup team for the past couple years. That was one of the main storylines in Full Swing on Netflix. Because do they pick Justin Thomas? He didn't have a good year last time around when the Ryder Cup came, but he was picked for the Ryder Cup, because of the environment, the way the game is
Mhm.
operated. And lastly, Cameron Young.
Okay.
But here are then we'll break it down because some of them automatically qualified and some of them are captain's picks. So we'll talk about the captain's picks a little later. But here's Team Europe. Team Europe, you have Ludwig Oberg, like we talked about, Matt Fitzpatrick, U.S. Open champion, Tommy Fleetwood finally won a tournament. I think last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh
Tommy,
no, yeah, it was over a month ago. Yeah,
months ago.
he won the big FedEx Cup. He won the Tour Championship,
Yes,
which
he did.
pocketed him a cool 10 million.
25, 10
10,
million.
10 million.
Yeah, I thought it was a couple weeks ago because it felt like wow.
No, it was over a month, I believe,
Oh
ago.
wow, okay. And then you have Terrell Hatton, Rasmus Højgaard, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, Robert McIntyre, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Masters champion. Same thing with Rory McIlroy, Masters champion. Justin Rose and Sepp Striker. They're led by their captain Luke Donald, and the American captain is the man that was actually picked. The man that wasn't picked. Let me rephrase that. The man Justin Thomas was picked over last time around. Keegan Bradley. This was his team. This is the team he selected. Ryan, initially, you see these rosters. What were your initial feelings on Team US? Then we'll fall over to Team Europe.
Well, obviously, every player who is in this tournament has earned or deserved the right to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, going into this Ryder Cup, the biggest question with Team USA was Keegan Bradley going to pick himself as a captain's pick
Mm-hmm.
or strictly just be a captain?
Yes.
And ultimately, we found out he just decided to be just a team captain, which I thought was very good of him. But I also think too, in a sense, it's very naive of him because I look at a lot of the players that are on the team, like a lot of first time Ryder Cup players, and yes, you have your Justin Thomases, you have your Bryson DeChambeaus,
Mm-hmm.
you have your Schefflers, you have your Schauffeleys. I like throughout the year, like I look at a player like JJ Spawn, Harris English,
Yep.
even for that matter, like, and I know that he has showed emotion in the past is Patrick Cantlay, but I see a lot of these players and they're just like they're very, very, very good at what they do,
Mm-hmm.
but they are a head down, no nonsense. They don't, and maybe this will pull it out of them, but it just doesn't seem like the emotion is there with some of the American players. And I know some were not Keegan's picks because Keegan, they automatically made the team.
Automatics. Yes.
So Keegan Bradley to me is probably the most energetic person on that US squad.
Mm-hmm.
As a player. As a coach, yeah, he's going to show emotion in that, but like the way he can rile up a crowd just from being out there playing, I think honestly it hurts the Team USA a little bit.
But Ryan, do you want people who can get swept up in the emotion and be crushed, or do you want people who can handle the emotion and stay level-headed? Like you said, they're down, they're no nonsense, they're head down. Let's just play some golf, and they don't get swept up in that.
I think the key with this format in Ryder Cup is to have a balance of both.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to show that emotion, but you have to be able to harness it as well.
Because I see what you're talking about, Ryan. Because the emotional guy that I know of is Justin Thomas, right? Because when you watch Scotty Scheffler and you watch Bryson DeChambeau, like when you watch them, yeah, DeChambeau shows some emotion, but not a lot of emotion. And Scheffler is like just straight robot. He is just from point A to point B destruction. There is a couple years ago they talked about how he lost his battle against Ludwig Oberg and Victor Hovland, and he started crying after it, and people kept making a big deal of how he showed emotion, and and Kenny bounced back. So there's that, but I think probably it's kind of what the Europeans did a couple years ago, Ryan, where they picked a lot of people where people were like, who this? Who's this? I don't know who this is. Who's that? And like kind of like making sure like they're like naive to the event, right? They don't fully understand the whole emotion and the importance around it. They're just naive. They're just there to play golf. It's just
No, that's
golf
right.
to them.
No, I
Could that
understand.
be a strategy for Keegan Bradley?
Well, sure, good. Absolutely, it is, and I'm sure that you know, with his 6 captain selections, he took everything into account. He took in matchups. He took into
Mm-hmm.
with other players and stuff like that. Like there are a lot of the better players
Yes.
that automatically made the team that will be paired with these captains picks because of the chemistry and the relationship that they have. So
Mm-hmm.
it's everything is all strategic,
Yeah.
100% strategic. And again, like it, there is so much emotion with these golfers that yes, it you want to be like sometimes it gets a little bit too much, which
Mm-hmm.
I understand. But again, it's like what we had a couple years ago in Rome with the whole Patrick Cantlay hat thing and
Mm-hmm.
Rory and all that stuff. Like to me, that was just silliness, overblown BS.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. And my thing is this, right? Because we have the 6 automatic qualifiers, right? You kind of want to tailor your captain's pick to your 6 automatic qualifiers. Who can match what? So we'll see if Keegan Bradley got that correct when we talk about his captain's picks a bit later. But let's move on to Team Europe, right? Team Europe, the defending champions. Um, a lot of the same players. You have Rory, Shane Lowry.
They actually have 11 returning players from 2023. 11.
Yeah, 11. So only one is different. I believe it's Rob McIntyre is the different, right?
Nope, nope, nope.
No,
Hoygaard.
who is it? It's Hoygaard.
Yeah, and you know
Yeah.
what? It was his twin brother that was on 2023.
Oh, that is just hilarious.
So it's
That is
just it's
just
like
that is just
like
hilarious.
like like he was there in 2023 with them
Hey
walking
Ryan,
walking
hey
with the team.
Brendan, how are you?
Hey, Brennan.
That's great because here's the thing, shout out to Luke Donald. He basically said, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Because it ain't broke, right? And I think one of the biggest keys when I was watching, the documentary Full Swing was Justin Rose. That was the big key, right? Justin Rose, he became their emotions on him and Shane Lowry, and then Roy McIlroy is like basically like he's basically the PGA leader. Like he's the leader for everything. Like he's always everywhere. But yeah, man, Ludwig Oberg showed everybody what's good. Same thing with Victor Hovland. Can they recapture the magic, Ryan? Do you think they will, or or is Team Europe gonna falter somewhere somehow? Can the overload of emotion overwhelm them? Because they used the emotion properly in Rome, but now you're on U.S. soil, right?
Hmm.
You're not on home turf. It's U.S. soil. You're in Bethpage. They lost the last time they were in America. What do you think, Ryan?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize. I'm battling a cold here, so that's why I'm coughing and all that stuff. I
No.
apologize for that. But I honestly do believe that they can recreate the magic that they had in 2023. Um, you know, familiarity. Uh, you know, everybody like this isn't their first road. Like I said, even the Hoygaard brother, like even though he didn't play 2 years ago, he was still there with his twin brother, so he was part of that whole group as well. So I mean, like I don't see in any like home. Obviously, the Bethpage Black crowd and all that stuff, huge factor.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think too, like if you look at some of the reception that these European players get on the PGA Tour, is that not going to carry over to maybe the Ryder Cup? There could be some fans that, it might not be as decisive USA as what we all think.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, Europe is well set to repeat. I mean, even if it like all they need is 14 points out of 28.
Mm-hmm.
All they need is 14. Like just tie and you win the cup again. I think that's well within the grasp of the European players with the talent that they have.
Yeah, and you got continuity. Like you said, 11 to 12 are back, and basically the 12th member was kind of like a 13th member last year because you had this twin brother. On the American side, a lot of shuffling, right? Max Homa isn't there. Brian Harmon is not there. Wyndham Clark isn't here. Neither is Jordan Spieth or Ricky Fowler, right? So and so you got that, but also too Brooks Koepka, he isn't there either, right? So Brooks Koepka isn't there. So basically a completely different team, a
Mhm.
completely different team. It's kind of a reset, right? So you either got to go a reset back to zero and a bunch of novices in this event where the emotion can't take them over, or experience on the European side. So it's experience versus, in a sense, youth. Not youth as in like they're young, because they're
Yeah,
not young. None of these
yeah.
guys are young.
No, but
But youth,
inexperience in a Ryder Cup
yes,
format.
inexperience. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see what's gonna happen. I tend to go more experience in golf. Experience
Yeah.
works, right? Positive experience too. That's why Justin Thomas was selected over Keegan Bradley, because Keegan Bradley's experience in the Ryder Cup has been negative.
Well,
He,
see,
you
I don't know
know,
why I don't know why you're saying Justin Thomas was picked over Keegan Bradley. Justin Thomas was going to be picked whether Keegan Bradley picked himself or not.
no, I'm
It
talking
was
about. I'm talking about 2 years ago. Two years ago. Rather.
Oh,
2 years
sorry,
ago.
yeah.
I'm
Oh, in
talking about
Rome,
two
yes.
years ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry
in
about
Rome.
that.
In Rome. My apologies. In
Yeah.
Rome, it was basically between those two. It was either Keegan or Justin. Zach Johnson had a choice. That's the way the documentary painted it as. It was either Keegan or Justin. Either you go. Keegan was having a better year than Justin, but Justin had positive experiences at the Ryder Cup. Keegan didn't. So
Who
it
else was on
came.
that Ryder Cup team in 2023?
Uh, so the captain's picks were Brooks Koepka,
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth,
Hmm.
Colin Morikawa, Sam Burns, Ricky
Yeah.
Fowler, and Justin Thomas.
Well, there's enough said there because I believe that was, what's his name there? Who was the captain for US?
I was Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson. Sorry.
Zach
That's
Johnson,
right.
yes.
Yeah, terrible, terrible captain. But anyways, I digress.
That's hilarious. Oh
the
my god.
the only reason that Justin Thomas was picked over Keegan Bradley is because the
We're
captain
friends.
Zach
It's friends.
Johnson
It's his
wanted.
friend.
He went back to the well with Spieth and Thomas, and guess what? It it's way past their prime. Their expiry date was 2 Ryder Cups ago. But Zach Johnson tried to go back with old tried and true,
Mm-hmm.
and it totally backfired on him.
Yes,
And I
yes, it did.
and I think Keegan Bradley took that into consideration coming into this Ryder Cup with him as a captain, not to make that same mistake.
Yep. Well, now speaking of captains, Ryan, let's go through the captains' picks. Right. Let's start with Team Europe's Luke Donald. Like we said, it was basically the same team. He basically picked the same team.
Well,
Uh,
it was a
Ludwig,
no-brainer.
yeah, it was Ludwig Oberg, Matt Fitzpatrick, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, John Rahm, and Sepp Striker. Those were the captain's pick.
Like,
Uh,
sign me
and
up. Like any one of those six could have very easily made it. Like John Rahm, the only reason he's a captain's pick is because he's on the Live Tour.
yeah,
Like he
yeah,
doesn't play enough events, or he only plays the majors. So
yeah.
unless you can do what Bryson does or did and finish top 5 in most of the majors, you're
hmm
not gonna you're
You don't
not
have enough
gonna
points.
automatically
Yeah.
make it. So I mean, it's again, like you just list off the names that you said, and I mean, they're like major champions.
Yep.
Major champions are being captain's picks. Like it's Luke Don, like, and I'm not saying it's an easy job because it's not. Like I don't follow the European tour as much as
hmm
I probably should, but I mean those 6 players, like it's a no brainer.
It was pretty easy, man. You're talking about John Rahm, I believe. He's won at least like I need to. I want to get the
I
number
think
right. I
he's
want to
got
get the number.
I think he's got 2 majors.
Is it two? I thought he had more than two, but let me double check on that. Yeah, yes, yeah, you're right. The U.S. Open in 2021 and the Masters in 2023. Absolutely
Yeah,
correct. But yeah, and then like you have like
like
Ludwig and Straka from Australia. They both played their first. Um, they're playing their first away Ryder Cup. They debuted in Rome.
yep,
And they won their matchup. Hovland, who was with Oberg, in the foursome, is making his third consecutive appearance. And then same thing with Shane Lowry, he's making his third appearance. And then you have Matt Fitzpatrick, with 3 appearances each. Fitzpatrick did it in 16, 21, and 23. And then Rahm is making four in a row. He made his debut in Paris in 2018.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so it's pretty easy. Like, the
I
automatic
mean,
qualifiers. Here's the automatic qualifiers, right? The ones you can't really debate. You have Tommy Fleetwood, Terrell Hatton, Rasmus
okay.
Højgaard, and Robert McIntyre, Rory McIlroy, and Justin Rose. So it's kind of, just a lot of mixture of experience and great golf. Rory, this year's Master champion, finally got the big monkey off his back. So he's trying to, he loves these events.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of these events. He's, Luke Donald may be the captain, but Rory's the leader. Like, that's just facts. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I also
Yeah.
think there's co-captains.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. There's the cap. There's like the vice captains. It's called the
No,
vice
no, no.
captain.
Yeah, I'm talking like on from a player standpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Rory might be the leader of the pack, but Justin Rose is going to be the glue
Yes.
that keeps that pack together.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. But then and then now the U.S. right. Like, we don't really have really talked about much about Luke Donald. His job was kind of really done for him prior to the event even happening. He's
Oh yeah,
11.
I again, like, I don't think I'm sure him and his team went through some decisions on other players and that, but like
Mhm,
when you see those names on the board, it's just so hard to say, and especially knowing them personally from Rome 2 years ago, like
mhm.
it's just it was tailor made for him to pick those players.
Yeah, just carry over the team with the experience and the victories, and as much as no one dipped in form extremely. For what I saw when I've been watching a little bit of golf, I'm trying to get back into it.
Mhm.
So you're here, right? But now let's get right into it, right? Keegan Bradley, the automatic qualifiers for him were Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spann, Russell Henley, Harrison English, and Bryson DeChambeau. They those were, you can't
Yeah.
debate them. They
No.
were there based on merit. Enough is enough. But here are his captain's picks, right? He picked Sam Burns, Patrick Cantley,
Okay.
Ben Griffin, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, and Cameron Young. Ryan, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know a lot of these captain's picks. I know about Cantley, I know about Morikawa, I know about Justin Thomas.
Mhm.
But Ben Griffin, Sam
But
Burns, and Cameron Young, break it down for me. What have you seen from them? Do you think they were the proper picks? Were there somebody better, or do you think Keegan Bradley kind of got it right?
well, it's such a hard debate to
Mhm,
talk about because sure, is somebody going to think another pick would have been better than this pick? Of course.
mhm,
Like everybody's going to have their own opinion. Like obviously Keegan and his team went in. Like Ben Griffin has been a fantastic young player on the tour this year. He's broken out. I mean, he's paid his dues on smaller tours and stuff. Like it's not like he's just a young punk who just come on the scene. Like
mhm,
he's made his way through different tours, and there was times where a lot of these players probably go through struggles and, oh, is my golf game, am I done, can I make it, whatever. Well, Ben Griffin there, he a lot of these players had good start of the years. That's what I will say.
mhm,
Ben Griffin is one of them. I think he won twice on the tour this year, but it was earlier in the year. He
mhm.
did okay at majors, but nothing I don't think that really stood out. So that's him. Cantley, I think he's just there because of the familiarity.
Mhm.
I just, again, I think, you're going to see him with some familiar teammates playing in the foursomes or the four ball or whatever. And, Cantley's not a bad player when he's on, but if Cantley's off, he's terrible. Like he's not good. But I guess a lot could be said for a lot of golfers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are holdovers from the victory at Whistling Straits in 2021.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Sam
Morikawa.
Morikawa, I understand. Like Morikawa is still very, very good golfer when he's on.
Mhm,
A lot of these players have gone through swing changes and are finding their game now and all this stuff. And
mhm.
hopefully that's Morikawa going forward. Plus, two, he's got a good relationship with the other golfers. So when it comes to teams, it's you could put him with other players and it works out. Sam
Yeah,
Burns to me is a little bit, that's an iffy choice.
Mm-hmm.
from Mr. Bradley there. I was a little surprised, but in the same token, I mean, he, he he made his own decision not to pick himself as a teammate or as a
Mm-hmm.
player. So I mean, obviously you had to go down the well and find somebody. And not saying Sam Burns is not an excellent golfer, because he is,
Yep.
but he just hasn't. I think he had a down year. Just hasn't showed me anything that can replicate maybe what he did in Whistling Straits and all that stuff. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I just think
Yes.
I just think that the pool for the European team is a lot deeper than the pool for the American team when it comes to this format.
Yeah. Sam Burns had six top 10 finishes, including a top four finish at the BMW Championship
Yeah,
and the tour.
because he come on strong late.
Yeah. And then the tour championship, he was tied for seventh. He does rank first on the tour this season in strokes gained in putting at
Okay.
0.924 and putting inside the 10, 90%. But
Okay.
then Patrick Cantley, man, this pretty much it's just all Ryder Cup based, right? He owns a 5-2-1 record at the Ryder Cup. He was 2-0 in singles, and 3-0-1 at Whistling Straits. He's collected 10 top 15 finishes this season, including a top two tied at the Tour Championships. But then this is I believe let me double check. I don't want to say it's Ben Griffin, right? Ben Griffin. I don't want to call him
Ben
something
Griffin.
else. Yeah, Ben Griffin. This is his breakout year, right?
Yeah.
Earned him his first Ryder Cup berth. He collected his first two victories at the Zurich Classic in New Orleans,
The team
the
challenge. Yeah.
team challenge, as well as the Charles Schwab Challenge. He has 10 top 10 finishes this season, which is second most behind Scotty Scheffler,
Okay. So
which
yeah, he's had
it
a
is what it
solid
is.
year.
Yeah, he's had a solid year. The Memorial Tournament, he was the runner-up. He was tied for eighth at the PGA Championship, tied for 10th at the U.S. Open, and the St. Jude's Championship, he was tied for ninth. In the Tour Championship, he was tied for 10th. So this is kind of like,
Okay.
Keegan Bradley's doing what Luke Donald did, right? We have some rookies, you have some people who were there last year, and then you have some people who were there during the title winning team in 2021. Like the ones I'm saying, right? In
Uh-huh.
2021, I believe it was so Xander was on the team, Harrison English was on the team, but
He was on the team.
he was an automatic qualifier this time around. He was a captain's pick that time around.
Yep.
But then you also have Cantley, who was an automatic. Now he became a captain's pick. Same thing with Justin Thomas. But yeah, so a lot of turnover, but then also a lot of familiar faces, right?
Oh,
But pretty
100%.
much, Ryan, let's be honest, right? Scotty Scheffler needs to show up.
Uh, yes and
Yes
yes.
and no? Why?
Because we I don't know, because it's such a different, like, was Tiger Woods ever the best in a Ryder Cup?
No, he only has one
No.
victory. He only
That's
has
what I'm
one
saying.
victory in the Ryder Cup. Yeah.
But even if he, like I get, like, it's not like Tiger didn't show up. It's just everything. That's why this format is so um, tricky for captains to find the right players to play with the right players,
Yes.
because like the first 2 days of the Ryder Cup, the Friday and the Saturday,
It's teams.
it's teams. It's you have your alternate shot, and then you have your four ball.
Hmm.
That alternate shot, that is where Ryder Cups can be won or lost. Because if you have the right players playing alternate, people who can pick each other up, like, oh, okay, you missed the fairway. Oh, that's no problem. I'm good out of the rough. Vice versa. Oh, you hit the fairway perfect. I'm a great approach player.
Hmm.
That's where you can get a leg up on the other team. But it's when things start going awry in that format, it can get real dicey for the team.
Yes.
That's why it's so crucial to have the right. See, Tiger Woods never found that right
The Tiger
person.
Woods conundrum, absolutely, because no one matched his skill level.
And I'm not saying Scotty can't find, because Scotty has had success.
Hmm.
It's just like, I think they're talking about Scotty and this Russell Henley as being a duo, because they know each other. They played with each other, I believe, in college, or there was something that's going back a ways,
Mm-hmm.
and they're familiar with each other's game and stuff like that. But it's not just the players. It's like the biggest question is Bryson DeChambeau. Who's going to play with Bryson? That man, like the biggest thing with him is he plays a ball different than everybody else on this team.
Yeah, man.
And when you get into alternate shot, you have to use your ball for the entire hole when you're teeing off. So it's going to be Keegan's got his work cut out for him, but this is the beauty and the intricacy of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
So we can sit here and we can bash selections. We can, I wouldn't have taken that guy. I wouldn't have taken that guy.
But if they win, they look
Only
like geniuses.
only Keegan Bradley knows why he selected these certain players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like we said, let's use Tiger Woods as an example for the Ryder Cup, right? The reason I ask about Scottish Chef, right, because in golf and all of other sports, well, actually other sports, right, the best players need to lead the way, right? But in the Ryder Cup, we want to highlight that it's completely different. It's so
Yes.
different because let's use Tiger Woods. Everyone knows who Tiger Woods is. Let me give you something. Let me give you a stat about Tiger Woods. 8 Ryder Cups Tiger Woods participated in. 8. He's 1-7.
Mm-hmm.
He's 1-7, right? Because the Ryder Cup doesn't care that you have Tiger Woods on your team. It doesn't care.
No,
It doesn't care.
It does not reward you for being the best player on the planet.
No, it doesn't. Tiger Woods' record, 13, 21, and 3. He's a loser by the record, the stat. But I'm not calling him a loser because Tiger Woods is not a loser. Shout out to you, Tiger
No.
Woods. Yeah. But if you look at the record, 13, 21, and 3.
Sure.
1 Ryder Cup in 8 appearances. The best players don't win you this. No. It doesn't matter. Tiger Woods goes undefeated in his Ryder Cup appearance. You can still lose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
like Scotty Scheffler can go. He could play in every single round. He could play every single match. Like day 1 first, day 2 first, and then obviously singles. He could play every single match,
Mm-hmm.
and he could go 2, 4, 5-0, and the U.S. could still lose by 4.
Pretty much.
He could also go 1-4, and the U.S. could win by 3. Like it's the variable. It's the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you again, it's a mentality, a mindset you have to have, regardless of how you're doing. If you're up, if you're down, the focus is still on team first.
Yep.
If
That's
you're
what
not,
makes this event and all of sports run a little different, right? Because these are individual players, right?
yeah,
It's a one-on-one sport, basically, right? It's
100%.
one-on-one. But this tournament, it's a little different from the other team tournaments and individual sports. Like in tennis, they have the Laver Cup, and then they have the Billie Jean King.
and the Davis Cup is the big one.
I think it's the Davis Cup, and then there's the Laver Cup.
Laver Cup, yeah.
Yeah, and
there's lots of little cups. I know because
the Laver Cup just happened in San Francisco last week. The Laver Cup is Europe versus Team World. And then you have the Davis Cup, which are the individual countries,
yeah,
like Germany, America, Poland, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't match this intensity. They don't match this. You know what I mean? Billie Jean King Cup is the women. Thank you, Adelia, for having me about that, because I knew there was another. I knew she had a cup, but I didn't know what the cup was about. The Davis Cup is the men. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. That's good. So, okay, yeah, we were right. We were right. It doesn't match this, right? Because this is the ultimate team event in an individual. Because like even with tennis, like you can still if you have like the best player, you could still like win. You know what I mean? Depending on if you match them in like if they do the team event and the single event, like you can maneuver it. But in this right here, this Ryder Cup. I don't care that you got Tiger Woods. I don't care that you got Scotty Scheffler. I don't care that you had Roy McIlroy when he was on top. He doesn't do anything. The team, the individual, everyone was like, what the hell is Luke Donald doing in 2023? Because they were like, who are these people? Who the hell is Ludwig Oberg? Who
Yeah,
is,
Oldberg was the big one. Yeah,
yeah, who, like, people like, I know Victor Hovland, but I
like
don't know Victor Hovland like that.
like
Who are,
Robert McIntyre.
yeah, like, what, like Robert McIntyre, like, who are these people, right? Like, I mean, people, they're like, oh, but Robert, like, he was an automatic, so he couldn't really do
Yeah,
much
that's true.
about that. Yeah, he was
That's true.
more, it was, so he couldn't really do much about that. But like, like Nikolai
Hoygaard.
Højgaard. So Højgaard, Ludwig, and what I mean, and then he had McIntyre and Hovland there. He was like, even though Hovland was our, he had a Ryder Cup experience. He was 0-3-2,
But
right?
wasn't 2023 the year Hovland was like, didn't he win the FedEx or something? Or he was,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
on fire, right? But
yeah,
my
he was
bad.
on.
So I keep mixing him and Robert McIntyre. I apologize because he was the rookie. McIntyre was the rookie in
Yeah, that's
2023.
right.
My apologies to Victor. Shout out to you, Victor. But but I think the way also too the way Full Swing tried to paint it, if they kind of painted like Victor Hovland was like a kind of like someone who like flew underneath the radar and was really a
Well,
nobody.
he still, he was not a, you know, he was a very steady, very
Yes.
uh, competent week by week golfer,
Yeah.
which is what everybody wants. You're making cuts. You're in the tournament. That's what you go for. And,
Yes.
you know he you know he was just that year. His irons were just electric.
Yeah.
Like everything he hit was pin seeking. It was
Yeah.
unreal.
Okay, but yeah, so like the championship winning team, right? So you had the captain's picks in 2023. You had Tommy Fleetwood, Sepp Striker, Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, right? All over the age of 30. It was like they were 30 plus, all of them. So they
Mhm.
had experience, right? So the last two picks, you're like, who are they going to pick? And they pick a 22-year-old and a 23-year-old, and Nikolai Hogard and Ludwig Oberg. And Oberg basically was their shining star. You know what I mean?
Because nobody knew who he was. Because I think he was only on tour for about 6 months.
Couple months. Yes, exactly. So
Like he just started his PGA career, and then all of a sudden
just
he's like,
got out of college.
explosive.
He was literally
Yeah,
just out of college. People were like, what is he? And he played lights out. He
he
did.
did.
And could Keegan Bradley trying to find that magic? But the problem is he didn't pick up a random nobody with his captain's picks. He picked people that have been on Ryder Cups. He's people that have been around the block.
Yeah.
I mean, not 21-year-olds. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey,
I don't.
that's the beauty of this event is that
Yeah,
anything's possible.
yeah. Home field advantage in the Ryder Cup
Oh, sure.
matters
Oh, for sure.
because I think the Rome crowd, they're European. They definitely were hostile to the Americans. And now let's see the
Sure.
flip. Are the Americans gonna? Because like you said, Ryan, these European, they're on the PJ tour. They're here every week.
Yeah.
We know them. A lot of the Americans are fans of them. But is it gonna be like
Oh,
I'm not your fan this week?
no, I still think that they'll be not hostile towards them, but they're not going to be cheering. Like they're still going to be pro USA.
Mhm.
Like it's going to be probably 90-10,
Yes.
90%, 10%. The biggest thing with home course advantage is you get to set the course up how you want the course to be set up.
Uh-huh.
That's a big advantage for the
Big
home
advantage.
team because Keegan Bradley can go out and set up that course how it betters his team more than the Europeans.
Yeah, he could try to tailor a couple fairways to fit
100%.
Bryson's game over because we know Bryson's game. It's big
Oh yeah, just
big swing.
bomb it.
Try to bomb it. Try to get as close as possible. He uses a lot of mathematics, a lot of trajectories, a lot of geometries, angles, launch angles, and all that stuff. A lot of people were like, "What the hell is that? Why are you using math in golf? We don't do that." So a lot of people got mad at him. I don't know. I don't know why, but he's just trying to change the game. But yeah. But then here's the thing too, right? Are the Americans going to use the emotion properly? Can they
Well,
properly process the cheering section? So there's that because there was an interview, I believe, a couple of days ago by Ian Poulter, and they asked him
Oh,
about the
oh,
European fan and the American fan, and he definitely said he hates the Americans fans
oh
because
yeah.
he hates the he thinks the smashed potatoes and all that nonsense is nonsense. It's stupid. And I think he basically just ripped the American fans. So we'll see how the American fans respond to that because Ian Poulter's not going to be there. You know what I mean? So
No,
but
but Ian Poulter will always be infamous and notorious with European Ryder Cup golf team.
yes,
Like that man. That man is he he epitomizes what the emotion in a golfer could be and should be in a Ryder Cup.
yes, yes, yes. Well, Ryan, we're at 41 minutes. I think we've talked about pretty much everything.
Yeah,
For the record, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not an expert golf guy. I know some things. I don't know everything. That's why Ryan's here. We're learning.
I don't know. I don't know, Ferris. You're looking sharp there.
Oh, thank you, man.
Looking
Oh,
like a
thank you.
golfer.
You know what? I actually did I went to a course when I was down in Fresno. It was actually when it wasn't a course. We just kind of like swung it.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't good.
Hey,
I was not very good. It was bad.
everybody starts somewhere.
I didn't know how to I did not know how to drive the ball. I just didn't. Probably
No.
should have called you, Ryan. I'm gonna call you next time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Well,
call you
again,
next time.
look at me. I'm the 3-putt king. I don't. Yeah, I don't think you want me to call.
Well, no, putting no, it's just like just off the tee. Bang. You know
No.
what I mean? I need to learn. I need to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to learn. But well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, this been a pleasure.
I
Well,
hope everyone enjoys.
are we doing a prediction?
Oh,
I can't see us doing this and not at
let's
least giving our
you know what,
predictions.
Ryan? Let's do a prediction, right? Ryan, hit me. USA, Europe.
That's it's gonna be a tight event, I believe. I
Hmm.
don't think one team's gonna run away with it, but I will say I am wearing the European gold tonight. So I am picking the European squad to win on American soil for the first time in God knows how long, and
God
it's
knows how
good,
long.
and it's going to be glorious. So if you
Wow.
want an actual score, I'm going to go.
I don't
What am
want an
I going
actual
to
score.
go?
I just because
Oh,
scores they're unpredictable. You don't really
okay.
know.
Yeah, I'm going Team Europe.
Yeah, yeah. Team Europe. I'm gonna go Team USA because they can't lose on American soil. They just can't. They can't do it. It's just you
It'd be
can't you
tough.
can't. Yeah, you just it's tough. You just can't do it.
It,
That's just
it's
what I'm saying.
it's a bigger pill to swallow losing on home soil than it is losing like 2 years ago in Rome.
Yeah,
Like it would be more devastating for these players who were on 2023 to lose on home soil. There's no
yeah,
ifs, ands, or buts.
yeah.
But
I'm gonna go
that,
Team USA. I'm gonna go
that's
Team
the
USA.
that's the beauty part of
Yeah.
Ryder Cup and competition.
But the last time they were in New York, was in 1995, Ryan, Europe won 14 and a half to 13 and a half.
Yes, very tight, very
Very
tight.
tight in 95. So it's not like they haven't won on US soil.
Oh no, they have. No, I think what I seen a documentary. I think there's only been 36 or 37 European golfers in the history of the Ryder Cup who have won on American soil.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
the Ryder Cup's been going for 90 some odd years.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
That's why I'm gonna go with US. I'm gonna stick with my US
That's
guys,
fair.
like I
That's
would
fair.
do. But 11 of the 12, the same team that won. Um,
Hey,
in 2023.
everything.
It's consistency versus the unknown. So we'll see how it is. We'll
Well,
see
you'll
how it
find
is.
Friday morning foursomes. You'll find out a lot.
Yeah. Who's matched up with who, how they play together. We'll
That's
see.
right.
We'll see about that. Because
100%.
Friday is the alternate shot, and
So
then
yeah, so Friday,
in the
Saturday
morning,
are the same format. So you have your alternate shot in the morning,
and then the
and
four
then
ball.
you have your four ball in the afternoon.
Mhm. And four ball is the better ball, right? So whoever hits the best ball, you go by that play, right, Ryan?
No, all four golfers play their own ball,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever has the better score, that's the score they take.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Perfect. But then the alternate shot is you hit one, I hit one, you hit one, I hit one, you hit one,
Correct.
I hit one.
Yeah.
All right.
So whoever's on the tee for that hole, they use their ball,
Yes.
or 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 a ball of the choosing. But
Yes.
you cannot change balls throughout the hole. So that's
No.
why I'm
Yes.
saying there's a dynamic with players. Some players use Titleist, some players use Callaway,
Yes.
some players Bryson uses his own ball. Like it's like that. There's a lot of strategy that goes into the
Mhm.
captain's picks when it comes to the 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 the, the teams.
Yes. 28 variable points. For the U.S. to win it, they need 14 and a
14
half.
and a half. Yeah,
For the Europeans to retain it, they only need 14.
that's correct. Yeah, a tie retains the cup.
Yes. A tie retains the cup. It's a maximum of 18 holes, so it's
Yeah. Oh, there's no
full,
playoffs. No
no
playoffs.
playoffs. No playoffs. If you tie, you're tied. You get
Yeah,
half a point for a
all
tie,
square.
correct, Ryan?
It's all square. That's correct.
Up all square, you get half. So there's that. So remember that there are so those are the rules. But Ryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey,
We're
that's been a
probably
pleasure,
gonna.
man.
This is our first time doing the show. It's gonna be our first event. We may bring it back for a major or a major next season because I believe the season's not over, is it?
Yep.
Season's over. Yes, the
Yeah.
season's
So
over.
once the Ryder Cup, then it's kind of a, oh yeah, then it's there are some European tour
Mm-hmm.
events still going on. I believe in the States it doesn't start till January,
No, yes, it's January, and then the first major of the year,
is
the
April.
Masters.
And you know what? Hey, we're just doing this because we both enjoy the Ryder Cup, so why not
Mhm.
talk about it? And you know what? If something works, it works, and we'll go with that.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Golf is the one sport that I've never really watched regularly. I'm trying to get into it.
Hey,
So
it's it can get tough. It can
yeah,
get long, but
yeah.
it's you know what? Again, for me, it's I've played it since I was 12. So I mean, it's my second besides hockey. It's my second love for sports.
And you know what? One day I'm gonna go to Canada, and me and Ryan we're gonna play around.
Sure, and we'll even film it.
Yes, and it's gonna be a horrible, horrible day because
Yeah, there could be lots of editing.
absolutely, like, hey, don't show me in the rough. Not cool. I ain't not cool.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
But on that note, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, because we're trying to expand the channel, right? Because we got soccer, we got American football, um, we got hockey coming.
Hockey's
Hockey
coming back.
season's coming in October, so you better watch out. Playoff Beards. Ryan is one half of Playoff Beards. Shout out to Snark, he's the other half. Snark also co-hosts the show on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock Pacific about soccer. Him and Adelia do starting 11. Then Adelia co-hosts the other football show with Suge Knight 323, A Steel Conspiracy. They talk Broncos, Steelers, as well as other segments. They got SDV talk. They got a bunch of stuff. So remember that they have top fives. You remember then me and Caleb, we come back with the autonomous show, Good Friends, Better Rivals. Me and Caleb talk American football, NFC East, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants. They both stink, but the Giants have changed quarterbacks. So let's see if that changes anything. But I don't know
I got him in my fantasy league fairs.
what.
I got Jackson Dart.
I got to find a way to get Cam Scatterboo on one of my fantasy leagues because I need a running back. But on that note, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're everywhere on the all the links are in the description below. If you want to join our Discord, it's free to the public. Hit that join button. We appreciate your support. But on that note, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and four.
Oh.